Hey team, happy Thursday. We have our testing training on Friday, so I wanted to just do a quick meeting on your time. It's not going to take a lot of your time. This should be pretty short, and give you some tidbits of information before you leave on Thanksgiving break. And also wish that you guys have the best week off. I don't want you working. I want you to be spending time with family, relaxing, eating good food, traveling, enjoying your week off from work. And I encourage you set that do not disturb. Make sure those out of office messages are sent, and do not work the entire break. Truly take that time to reset and recharge. And I think that you will be thankful for it when you return from work. So my question for you, that you can respond to my email, send it to me in a Teams chat, or even put it in our comment section on our form that will be in your email, is what is your most favorite Thanksgiving food? What are you looking forward to this week? I will tell you, for me, it is ham. Ham is probably my favorite Thanksgiving food. Really, all of them are. I'm also a pumpkin girl. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte, but I love pumpkin desserts. So one of those are going to be my favorite thing to eat this Thanksgiving. I want to tell you thank you for always showing us that you truly believe in those 3 E's, that you are providing excellent education and doing excellence in your work, that you are making sure your students are engaged and you are engaged, and that you're encouraging endurance and having endurance yourself in the midst of these long days sometimes that they seem. And I appreciate all that you do for Lone Star Online Academy and our sweet little stars. Speaking of stars, we're going to jump into our shining stars for this week. So for Kinder, we have Miss Mindy Moore. Snaps for Monday. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being so proactive with communicating with families about being out for December testing. You've been great. Not just that, you are such an encourager. You always see the positive in things. You're a great mentor to the people on your team, and I appreciate all the positive communication that you send out as well. All right, for first grade, we have Miss Lauren Blow. Miss Elder wants to tell you that she has seen some quality, engaging lessons that are not just that quality and engaging, but they're so much fun for their students, and they're giving them the meat that they want. So she appreciates you building those and being such a team player and supporting your team. And then for second grade, Miss Gigi would like to sing out Miss Sarah Ulch. She first off wants to shout out Sarah because she made some personalized ribbons for her students for the spelling bee whenever all things like kind of fell through with those. That was not on Gigi or me. Let me tell you that. That was not our fault, but we are sad that they didn't get their ribbons, and we appreciate Sarah's extra effort that she puts in there. And second, that she's come onto the team, and I will tell you, when you look at the teacher shout outs, Sarah is constantly shouting out her teammates and being thankful, and we appreciate in the season of thankfulness that you're doing that as well. All right. Tomorrow, or if you're watching this on Friday, today is the Fall Festival. There is a Zoom link. It's our LOSA family Zoom link. Those will be shared in the chat so everybody can get there. It's also will be shared in this email that I'm sending you with this presentation. Remember, if you are a presenter, you're going to be in your session. And if that's not your grade level, that's okay. You'll go to your session. But if you are not a presenter, we need you to be present in those for your 1 hour. We are allowing you to cancel your classes and do things in the morning a little bit differently so that you have the time to set aside for that. And we want to see you in those and participating with your students and having fun. That's the most important thing, is we want, this is a great student engagement and getting to know those students in a different light. So I appreciate you coming and supporting our Fall Festival. This is Yuri's last goodbye, and I want to do it justice. All right, that leads me to what's going on today. We are having our testing training today at 11 a.m., so you need to make sure you're there. It is a requirement. You have to be there. And I also want to share with you a form that you guys are going to be filling out that's going to be in this email. So let me pull that up, and I'm going to pull it over to my screen. This is our in-person December testing form. On this form, you're going to be filling out a lot of information. It is a lot of information. This doesn't look like, but it leads us to the next thing, and it's required. All of this information is best filled out once you know your testing site and more testing information. If you have not heard from your ACTC, I would like to show you where you can find who your ACTC is in case you haven't heard from them. So if you go to our DEXA's data dashboards and you go to that Testing Central and you go to staff information, I have this down to LOSA, but you can do all schools since all schools are going to be, we have ACTCs from all different schools, and you can go to your site role. And if you do that, I'm going to do it back at the top because ACTCs will be at the top. And these are the sites, the ACTCs and the sites they are assigned to. I will tell you there's still a couple sites that don't have one, but they're here. And these are the ACTC sites. And so if you haven't heard from your ACTC, feel free to send them an email and say, hey, just want you to know I'm on your campus and I was wondering if you could give me more information. Feel free to do that, or you may get more information in your testing training today. All right, reminder, these are our blackout dates, so you will not be allowed without approval from Shelley to take off anywhere between December 4th through the 13th, and then also our last day of school, which is December 20th. We do have a testing plan for that week. Our testing plan is that we're going to do the same thing we did last year for those of you who are returning. We're going to be doing asynchronous lessons uploaded to a Padlet. If you're in office, you're in the building, you're going to be doing your M-class testing and holding open offices, and we will give you more information once we get everybody's sites and get all your information. And that's why that form that I shared with you is so important, so that we can get that information and know who to be communicating with. All right, I think that wraps up my December, but you're going to get plenty of information at our training at 11 a.m. on Friday. It is a required training. Everyone must attend. All right, some reminders. These are housekeeping reminders. One, if you don't have your students signed up for Seesaw and you're a grade level teacher, that is a requirement, and it has to be through your LOSA account, because that's how we as administrators can go in and see where students are performing. It's how we get some more information for our RTI students. And it's also how we can troubleshoot issues with you and your parents if there's issues with Seesaw. So having a LOSA Seesaw account is a requirement of every teacher. It is also a requirement that you are doing snapshots for ELA and math every week via Seesaw. More importantly, that those grades are put in our grade book. That is a non-negotiable. There's been some instances in the last week, even 2 weeks, where I have gone into a grade book of a teacher who's left, or trying to support a parent, and I'm looking for grades and there's none listed there, or your grade books are not matching. So one of the things you're going to be seeing, you're going to be doing in your planning time, is we're going to be having grade book audits, and we're also going to be having course audits. Your courses should mirror each other. Your grade book should mirror each other. There should not be any variances in there unless you are of a special education population and you guys know that you follow a different set of rules. But my grade level teachers should all have something the same. We also need to ensure that we are completing our K2 checklist. We don't want to micromanage you, but if we see that there are issues, we will start doing that. And that's something that's been red flagging for me as I'm looking and asking for information and supporting parents. And most of my red flags have started because I've had a parent reach out to me and I'm trying to support them without having to add something else onto your plate. So as administrators, we want to be supporting you. But if you are not taking care of your business, we can't support you, and then we're going to have to be paying attention to a lot more things. I want you to have the flexibility. I want you all to be treated like adults, and I want you to be doing what's best for students. And so we need to make sure that we're on the same page. We all have those grade books updated. We are all using Seesaw, and that we are completing our K2 checklist so that we can say, you know what, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And if not, you will be having conversations with myself or our APs if I don't feel like those things are being answered. All right, next thing on the agenda is our T-Test tidbit of the week. This week, we want to look at 2.3, which is communication. Teachers who are mastering or they're proficient, there are rock star teachers at this. They're incorporating those small group features and activities to facilitate and engage students in discussion and communication with teachers and peers. We're using our breakout rooms. We're doing games. We're allowing them to answer in a varied amount of ways. You're making sure you're getting that student response and that engagement from your students. You're also, one of the most important things is that whenever you are providing explanations and directions, you're being clear and you're using verbal and written communication that's clear and correct. That is a part of it. And I have seen some great things where teachers are so clear. I just was in Gina's Godfrey's class this week, and she is so clear in her communication and what she expects of students. And her students are very engaged because they know exactly what is expected of them. And then, of course, you're using buried digital strategies and features to pose those remember, understand, and apply questions so that you're getting those students engaged with discussion. You're using probing questions, and you're encouraging students to ask clarifying questions and elaborate learning. We have a rock star teacher on our first grade team that we're going to be featuring, and that is Hama Quadri. She is so amazing. First off, whenever I watch her lessons or when Miss Elder or anybody pops into her classroom, she is so engaging. I love all the things she does to keep her students engaged, but she's also very clear with her instructions. Her students know exactly what to expect, but she is making sure she is constantly checking for understanding and monitoring and sharing feedback with her students. So thank you for doing that, Huma. We are so appreciative of you. And we may even send out a snip of a video where we feel like she is really exemplifying this. So I appreciate you doing that. Okay. Next on the list is just a look forward, what's going on, a look forward. And that is, first off, we have our November Thankfulness Challenge that's still going on. I am going to share a link. I just want you to see the Padlet that these beautiful babies have been sending our way. There's lots of different responses. Great. There's even some videos that just have given me a kick. If you need a little laugh or feel free to be sharing on it as well. But these are your students, and I would love for you to be able to see what they're sharing with you. Also, to kick off our week, we also have to kick off our Thanksgiving, we wanted to do something special for you. So I sent out to all our parents for their challenge on this Tuesday, our Too Kind Tuesday, was to give me a shout out for their teacher. And guys, some of these brought tears to my eyes. There are 155 responses right now, and I'm hoping that grows before you see this, of your students saying how thankful they are for you. So I would love for you to take a glimpse of this and find your name and see what beautiful words your children are saying. We even have videos of students saying how thankful they are for you. I got some giggles out of some of these. And it's not just for our teachers that are in a grade level, but we have all kinds of teachers that are represented here as well as electives. So thank you guys for being amazing. And I want you to see that your students really, truly are appreciating you. All right, let me get back over to the other window. Other things to remember is that you should have, by Friday, every student on your roster should have been progress monitored if you are not part of that cohort 6. Every new student other than our cohort 6 student should have been progress monitored. Today is our fall festival. Our middle M-class MOY will start on December 4th. If you are in office, you're going to be doing that M-class testing. And then we'll continue that through January. Holidays around the world, we're going to be doing 12 on December 18th and 19th. And that is also the same day that we're going to be doing a grade book checkout. I know typically we don't do one in December, but we were asked this year that we have grade books close out in December and in May. Good news is that doesn't mean they're going to be saying, here's your grade for December and this is your grade for May, and we're going to average those together like typical it is. It actually is only going to be one grade at the end, but we are going to close out, and parents will be receiving a report card for their progress till December. And then we'll continue that progress. They'll be able to go back and work on those lessons that they may have missed. But that is something that has been requested by our upper level Texas administration, that we're all on the same page with TIVA, TOPS, and DATX. So we will be doing that. All right. So jumping on to any other important reminders. Remember, we need to nominate our Lone Star of the Month. And let me do some clarifying remarks there. We will have one Lone Star of the Month per grade level. You are going to give me nominations, and I encourage you, if you nominate a student, give them a certificate for your classroom. But that's going to be on the teacher's side, and then I promise I will communicate with you, with every team, who the one Lone Star of the Month for that grade level is. I'm going to show you where I post that information. I'll also send email to our parents to let them know, hey, your student got Lone Star of the Month, but it is on our website. Every month it'll be here. There's the Padlet that I featured. But every month it'll be here. And right here is where I congratulate them, and I put their awards so they're announced on our website. We're about to change out for November here in a second, or after we get back from Thanksgiving break. And then I send them an email, and then I also announce in the chats who receive that. But I encourage you, if you're nominating a student for Lone Star of the Month, go ahead and give them a certificate in case they were not chosen. So then you're still celebrating your own stars, and feel free to put that on your teacher website and give those students that recognition that they deserve, because I am choosing one per grade level. And I know there's a lot. We have 4,000 students. We want to give as much recognition as possible. All right. And then you also probably should be thinking about your DDI slides for the month of November, making sure we're checking out that gradebook checkout, and know that I am here to support you, whatever you need. I am so thankful for all of you. I want you to know that you make coming to work every day an amazing day. And I hope that all of you feel that support from me. If you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to me. Make sure you're at that testing training. And second, make sure you're unplugged and that you completely enjoy your Thanksgiving break. Love you all.